When going astern, the pivot point also moves back, and this changes the handling of the boat. The pivot point moves back to a point about a third from the stern. On an aft cockpit boat, this is usually around the companionway area. Because the pivot point has moved, the bow seems twice as long when reversing, and now it swings out most when turning. The bow also acts as a large lever once the wind gets hold of it, and that is why it's more common to lose control of the bow when going backwards. Okay, so now we're moving backwards and we're reversing down this marina aisle, and what we've got to remember now is that the pivot point has moved aft. Okay, so it's moved to a point roughly where the companionway steps are. So now when we turn the boat, if we're turning the back of the boat that way, yeah, only a third of the boat goes that way, but the bow swings out in a wide arc, and that's what we've really got to be conscious of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the helm over, the stern's going to go that way, and what we should see is the bow going this way. If I get too close over this side, the bow will go down and clip all of that side of the pontoons. So here we go, I'll just put a little bit of speed on. There we go, I'm going to put the helm over now. And away she goes. And around we start to spin. And once the bow actually starts to turn, because it's got quite a lot of momentum, it really starts to swing the boat. And it can get to a point that even if I want to try and stop the boat swinging, it won't. So I'm going to try and put the helm over, and you can see that the boat is still swinging. So I'm trying to stop that swing, and it's still swinging around in a big arc. To get myself out of this horrible mess, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the helm over, right over the other way, and because I've got nowhere to go astern, I'm going to go ahead. I've got the helm right over, and I'm going to give a forward splodge of power. But just a quick one, just so all of that power is converted into twisting motion and not forwards. And we're spinning the boat quite nicely. And what we'll do is we'll have a reverse back up here, and we'll just go through that, turning the boat and watching the bow swing. And remember, we've got that pivot point, which is basically at the companionway steps. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the boat, and we're going to turn the boat that way, and you'll see the bow swinging that way. Okay, so here we go. Helm over. And we're turning the boat. Basically the pivot point isn't moving that much, but the bow is really starting to swing now, and the stern, only a small amount of the stern is actually coming up. So what we were doing there was we were demonstrating just how much, when you turn the boat, when you're going backwards, the pivot point moves aft, and as you turn, the pivot point's going through the back of the boat, the bow is swinging a lot, and the stern isn't swinging that much. And you've really got to be conscious and careful of positioning yourself so the bow doesn't go and clip anything on the outside of its turn.